Good evening. Thank you for joining the Insider's Room. I'm here with WRCAPE as he's dodging the tornadoes and the hurricanes to come on tonight. We had a little, we're not able to come on last night, so we're going to give you a double header. Bang, bang. We're going to do the AFC East and AFC South tonight. Just bang, bang. We're going to bang them out. No stopping, no breaks between shows. We're just going to go straight through. That's the pros that we are, or amateurs, or however you want to look at it. But we're going to start with the AFC East. As always, we'll just break down what Vegas looks as how Vegas is looking at this division. They like Buffalo to win this division. They're at minus 150 on FanDuel and sitting at 11 wins. New England is second in this purpose, but they're actually third in FanDuel at plus 360. And their total's at 9.5 wins now. It moved up. It was 9 until Mac Jones is named the starter, and they got rid of Cam Newton, and the wins total moved up from 9 to 9.5. They like Miami at also 9.5 wins now at plus 330, and then you have the NYJETS Jets coming in at plus 1,600 and 6 wins. So we'll start at the top here with Buffalo. And Ryan, you just you said this is one of your favorite divisions, if not your favorite division. So I'll let you take it away with Buffalo to start.
Yeah, I like the Bills this year. I think they be Super Bowl contenders again. High expectations for them. They hit the AFC Championship last season, lost to the Chiefs. I like Sean McDermott as a coach. I think he has his team ready every week. All assets of the game, offense, defense, special teams. They have a dynamic passing attack. Josh Allen just got a 6-year extension, and he's been progressing every year. He just keeps getting better and better and better. He's got Stephon Diggs, who's one of my favorite receivers in the league. He led receiving last season, so I expect him to be top-notch again this season. So the team was number 3 in passing yards. They set a franchise record of 501 points last season. Trubisky's a backup quarterback. They have some weapons here. Other than Diggs, they have Cole Beasley and Gabe Davis. They had Emmanuel Sanders. If Dawson Knox can take the next step, I think they're all right at tight end. He actually made me good money on his props last season. They signed Hollister from Seattle. He played with Josh Allen in Wyoming, so that connection might be pretty good. I think the running game needs to be better. I do like Devin Singletary and Zach Moss, but they had problems running the ball last year. I think that's their weakness. I think they have a great offensive line. The offensive line is depth. Defensively, they have pass rush should be upgraded from last year. Loa Tailai opted out last year. They have Milano back from injury. Abinado, Oliver, Tremaine Edmonds, and Milano should upgrade the linebacking crew. They have a great secondary, and I love their special teams. I would not be surprised if this team's in the Super Bowl. I think they take the next step and take out Kansas City in the AFC Championship. I really like this team this year.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said. Yeah, Allen really took that next step up last year. He improved his pass completion percentage a ton. Yeah, he's got the weapons at wide receiver. The running backs are decent, not a great, but as you said, their offensive line, it's great at pass blocking. Wasn't so great at run blocking. So I think it was kind of a combination of not greatly skilled running backs and not a great run blocking line. If they can improve that at all, if they're blocking at all, I think the running game will improve. As you said, Tele comes back, a team up with Oliver on the inside. And, their defensive front's good. Their secondary is one of the top secondaries in the league. So, yeah, they got it on both sides of the ball. I think 11 wins is very doable, especially considering they probably beat the Jets twice and should at least split with New England and Miami. So I like this team and I agree with you. I mean, they could be the one team that does give Kansas City a run for the Super Bowl. It's really a good, well coached, as you said, it's a good, well coached team. They're they're pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Balanced on both sides of the ball. I mean, a good offense, good defense. They complement each other. So I can see this team. You can see this team going far.
Yeah, right, this whole division is like you have the team that had been rebuilding for so long, and then you have the Patriots who may have rebuilt for a year or not. You have the Dolphins who were rebuilding forever, and they're there. And then you have the Jets who they may always be rebuilding.
Hey, the Jets are always the Jets. That never changes. All right, we'll move on to New England. Like I said, big news coming out of New England. Yesterday, Mac Jones named the starter, and then not only did they get rid of Cam Newton, waived him, they also waived their other quarterback. But unless in case he hasn't signed already, all intents and purposes, Hoyer should come back and sign as their backup. I could just see some other team going out and either picking him up or trying to sign him for more money or whatever, just to screw over Belichick. But it can make me laugh. But again, the problem with New England is it's been the problem for I don't know how many years. They really don't have skilled wide receivers. And that's been their problem for a while. The running backs are good. Damian Harris. They traded Sony Michel, but you still got James White coming, out of the backfield to catch passes. Very good offensive line, so that should help protect Mac Jones. One thing about their defense is, Gilmore is out for at least 6 games, which will affect them. But they've got a lot of people don't remember or didn't realize last year they had a lot of guys on defense opt out last year, and they're all back now. So that defense will be better than last year. Obviously, Gilmore is a loss, but I think they're going to be one of those middling teams. I mean, I 9.5 wins. I'd probably take the under because I don't see them getting 10. But I like the 9 wins before because I think they're going to probably end up 9 and 8. But yeah, I think it's a decent team, and if they get a couple breaks, it could be interesting.
You think they're a better team with Cam Newton or Mac Jones?
Mac Jones.
All right, I agree. I feel like Mac Jones fits Belichick's system. They don't have to change the offense for Mac Jones. It's more what New England's used to. I mean, they added some pieces: Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne. All those guys are right on the top of the depth chart as soon as they come in. Julian Edelman is gone, which could be a problem. But I expect one of these receivers to step up and do something. I really like Damian Harris this year. I think he's going to have a good year. And I'm always a fan of James White in the backfield. He pretty much does it all. They have a great offensive line. The offensive line is depth. And then, this defense got stronger.
Yeah.
Devin Godshaw, Henry Anderson, Montavious Adams signed, and that should help them stop the run. They had trouble doing that last year, stopping running backs. I think they upgraded at linebacker with Hightower coming back, and then they signed Kyle Van Noy. Matt Judon's on that team. I think the secondary is pretty stacked. They had Jalen Mills, ex-Eagle. I think they have great special teams. I think, Bill Belichick always can make this team better. So, I like the over 9.5 wins. I think they're definitely a wild card team. I don't see them being as good as the Bills, but maybe a game back, 2 games back at the end of the season. First, second wild card. I like the Patriots. I think they're going to be a lot better than they were last season.
Well, yeah, I think that goes without saying. But you know, unless your name's like Kenny Galladay or Julio Jones or something like that, to say that the 4 guys you named off to say they're going to the top of the depth chart tells you a lot about the depth chart they had there last year. You know, but well, we'll get to the Jets here in a minute. All right, moving on. We got according to FanDuel, it's the second favorite in this division, but pretty much even with New England, it's the Miami Dolphins. Again, there's a lot of talk quarterback around there. Are they going to get Watson? Are they not going to get Watson? Well, I'll go ahead, deal your knowledge on Miami.
Well, yeah, they were 10-6 last season. Pretty much, they would have beat Buffalo. They would have made the playoffs. That did not happen. I love Robert Flores as a coach. I think he's a phenomenal coach. He gets everybody ready to play. He has great schemes. I feel like this rebuilding phase is done, and they got young guys who are going to step up. I am a fan of Tua. I think he does enough for this team. I think the full offseason helps him as well. He went 6-3 last season after taking over for Ryan Fitzpatrick, which is nothing bad as a rookie. They added Will Fuller. I know he's out, I think 4 games on a suspension. But they drafted Jaden Waddle. He was an Alabama teammate with Tua. And Devontae Parker, as long as he's not hurt, he's always a pretty good receiver. I guess running back's a little thin. I do like Myles Gaskins. I think he's decent. He can catch the ball on the field. He has some speed. O-line needs to be a little better too, but I think it can be. And this defense, I think they're going to be better than last year. They led the league last year with 29 takeaways. They have Xavier Howard. They have a great D-line. This team's always around the ball on defense. They have depth. I think it's going to be the same of what we saw last year, that defense is going to keep them in games with turnovers, takeaways. I like their special teams as well. I think this is a 10-win team, 11-win team. They're in a good division. But yeah, I see them fighting for a wild card as well. Yeah, they want to take that next step.
Yeah, I like this team also. I like Tua. Always been a Tua fan. And, you know, last year, yeah, he was 6-3 last year, which is nothing to, you know, sneeze at. He didn't have the preseason. You know, he wasn't 100%. He was still with that
hip injury.
Hip injury. So, you know, he got worked in. Like as you said, they got drafted Jalen Waddle. They drafted that defensive lineman out of Miami, which will improve, or just if not improve this year, but at least give them depth there in the defensive line. It's good. As you said, Xavier Howard was just a stud. And then, yeah, if the whole line improves, I think they'll be right there. Actually, Fuller's just out the first game. He'll be back for game 2. So, yeah, I was just saying that. Yeah, he suspended started last season for 6 games, and he sat out 5 already. So, yeah, he's just out for 1 game. So, yeah, I think it's a good team. I'm with you. They're going to be battling right there with probably New England, battling for a wild card spot. You know, as long as that defense can keep doing what they're doing and taking the ball away and playing good defense, they're going to be in every game. So, you know, they'll have a shot there, and hopefully Tua stays healthy and you know, everything works out.
Yeah, hopefully he airs it out too. See some a little Ryan Fitzpatrick into it.
There you go.
And they got speedy receivers. They got guys who can get down the field.
Yeah.
Tua needs to be able to get it to them.
Yep, exactly. And then we move to the Jets. You know, what do you say about the Jets? You got, you know, they went out and picked up Wilson. Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he's not a Darnold 2.0. They did. I mean, but I looked at their draft. At least they tried to do something to help them. They went out and drafted an offensive lineman out of the USC that's supposed to be pretty good. They drafted a wide receiver out of Ole Miss. I don't know what he did in the preseason, but I mean, he caught a lot of passes at Ole Miss. So, and then they drafted the running back out of North Carolina, one of the running backs from North Carolina. That backed in from last year that surprised a lot of people with their draft pick of how good he played. Their offensive line can only improve. They went out and signed Corey Davis to be the number one wide receiver. They got some. They're trying to do some stuff on offense. We'll see what happens, and again, it's like most Jets teams. Let's see what their defense can do. And coaching, but yeah, I don't see. I'm not looking for any surprises out of this team this year. I think 6 wins. It could be right around what they get. So I'm not. There's not much. There's not a lot to say about the Jets. So
yeah, I think they could be better than last year, but that's not saying much. I do like Joe Douglas as a GM. He helped build that Eagles championship team. So I think he's able to do some good things. But yeah, Jets are rebuilding again. I like the Robert Salah hire. Defensive coach. I don't think their defense is going to be great. We'll see what happens with Zach Wilson. I know he looked good in preseason, but he didn't really play much in college. He doesn't really have many weapons. They do have a new offensive coordinator, Michael Fleur. He's like a West Coast offense guy, which is similar to what Zach Wilson likes to play. I like the Corey Davis signing, but if Denzel Mims doesn't do anything, it's really the only offensive weapon they have. And behind the line, Zach Wilson could be in some trouble. They drafted Elijah Moore, who I guess could be decent, but we'll have to see. This defense has changed too. It's going from a 3-4 to a 4-3. Mosley's back after the opt-out last season. But this secondary is pretty bad, and teams should be able to throw the ball in this team. Special teams are pretty bad too. I don't expect much from them. I agree. 6 wins, probably around where they'll be. But you never know. They could always be the Jets and 2-3 wins.
Yeah, exactly.
But you hope they're getting better, but I don't know. It's the Jets. They haven't had a franchise quarterback since, Joe Namath? Is Zach Wilson the answer?
I don't know. I mean, again, said they haven't had a franchise quarterback since Namath. Is that just on the team? It's like the Bears.
Yeah, Bears are the same way.
You ask Bears fans who's the best Bears quarterback in Bears history, and so he said Luckman.
Big man.
Well, actually, the best Bears quarterback, statistics wise, it's Cutler, but everybody said if you take any poll, every time they take a poll of the best Bears quarterback in history, it always comes up Sid Luckman by far and away. But all right. That takes the AFC East. We'll move on to the South. Man, this is a two-team division. We got Tennessee, who's the favorite at -110. They're projected for 9 wins. Indy, that's +140, projected 8.5 wins. Urban Meyer down in Jacksonville, it's +600 at 6.5 wins. And then Houston. I think it's just the highest one we've had so far, +2,300 and 4 wins. Well, all right. start at the top there. Right. What do you got? What do you think about Tennessee?
Oh, I just want to say I think this division might be worse than the AFC East this year. I think all these teams are bad. But yeah, Titans, Derrick Henry. Last year he became the 8th 2,000-yard rusher, led the league in rushing yards, rushing touchdowns. I don't know. He's got to have a regression period at some point with all that work, I would think. Maybe this is the year. I think A.J. Brown could be elite. They signed or traded for Julio Jones. If he could stay healthy, I think that's huge for him. I'm a fan of Ryan Tannehill. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he works well with the system. No Arthur Smith. He went to Atlanta, so we'll see how that works out. I do like their offensive line. Defensively, they may be in trouble. They did draft Caleb Farley. They added Bud Dupree. But last year, they were 24th in points allowed and 30th in sacks. I do like this secondary. But, defense is going to be a problem. Special teams is going to be a problem, too. They had bad special teams last year. COVID might be a problem for this team. It seems every time COVID's mentioned, it's the Tennessee Titans. But they should win the division.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this team, I guess I have to say at this team, I agree with you. I guess it's going to come down to, in more ways than one, health. Does Derrick Henry stay healthy? Or does, like, the load he's been carrying, does it catch up with him? Can Julio Jones stay healthy? I mean, because if he can, that gives him a weapon, a huge weapon, and that can even open up more for Henry if he's on the field. And as you said, COVID, they always seem to be there. So, I think this team, if they stay healthy, and because you still got issues at Indy with Wentz, and we'll get to that here in a minute. You got issues there, and then there's nothing Jacksonville or Houston's going to do this year. There's nothing. I don't see them doing anything to even sniff at challenging one of these two teams for the division. So Tennessee can stay healthy. I think this is their division to lose, and they just play. They just it's like old school football. It's like it's black and blue division football. Run the ball, play defense. There you go.
But they don't play defense very well.
Yeah.
They run the ball great.
So we moved on to Indy. I know you got probably a lot to say about this one, but here's the thing about Indy: the awesome offensive line. You should see Jonathan Taylor should have a really good year this year. Ty Hilton's injured, not 100% sure when he's going to come back. You got Carson Wentz, who I'm not sure. He broke the foot, but now he's in practice. But then he got COVID, so I'm not sure if he's going to play or not play the first game. I guess the thing with him is, out of any team he could have went to, I think this is the perfect team for him to go to because they're not going to ask him to do a lot. They're going to run the ball, rely on that offensive line, and rely on their defense. The only thing the defense, they've struggled at rushing the quarterback, and they went out and supposedly drafted a couple of edge rushers and a couple of defensive ends. But, this is one guy, the one drafted, like, Quiddy out of Michigan. They're saying, oh, yeah, what, he only had like three or four sacks or something or in his career at Michigan. He wasn't a sack guy at Michigan. So I'm not sure what he's going to do rushing the quarterback here. I think that, the defense is pretty solid. It's just, it's just going to be what can they get out of Wentz, and as long as he doesn't lose games for them, they'll be right there with Tennessee, seeing who's the best or the worst in this division.
Yeah, I think defense, even last year, their defense was, on one week, off another week. So they have, pitch a shutout or 10 points, and then the next week they're giving up 32. So, yeah, I think that pass rush was a problem. I like the Kwity Paye draft. I think he'll be good with Deo. Darius Leonard is the leader of that defense. I think they have a good secondary. Offensively, have you seen so much drama in the offseason since Carson Wentz came over? Yeah, this guy had a foot injury, then he had a COVID. Now all his weapons are gone. I think T.Y. Hilton was put on the physically unable to play list, which means he can't come back till week 5 or 6.
6.
Yeah, so O-line is pretty good. I do like Jonathan Taylor, Naheem Hines as well. We're going to have to see if Michael Pittman can step it up. They have decent tight ends with Jack Doyle and Mo Alley Cox. No, Carson Wentz likes to throw to his tight ends. But let's see if Carson Wentz can be any good. My hope as an Eagles fan, Carson Wentz plays 17 games and the Colts lose them all. And we could get the number 1 pick in the draft next year.
Yeah, I knew there was an ulterior motive in there.
Yes, there was.
Well, I guess the only other time, any time there's more drama in Indy than this is when Andrew Luck just said, "I'm retiring."
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm done. Don't need it.
Since Frank Wright's been there, they've had 4 different quarterbacks in the 4 years he's coached. I don't know. I guess 8.5 wins sounds okay.
Yeah, 9-8.
Yeah, they could be 9-8. I guess they get 10 wins also.
Well,
I don't have much hope in Carson Wentz being back to the 2017.
But they should get 4. Here, this is the same thing when they say Tennessee only like 9 wins. Well, they should get 4 in the division.
Yeah, Houston and
Jacksonville. Right, so they're almost halfway there.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And then if you split with Indy, so right there you can get 5 in your division. So
yeah, I guess you can find 4 other wins in there.
You would think so. All right, we'll move down to Florida. Urban Meyer returns home. I'm not sure this is the homecoming he was looking for. He does get Trevor Lawrence. They thought they were going to have a great. They thought they were going to team him up with Etienne, but Etienne's out for the year. I don't know, man. I just don't. At least one thing about Urban, man, he doesn't hide anything. He's not like Belichick or all these other coaches that hide anything. He just comes straight out. Yeah, we looked at if you're vaccinated or not.
Yeah,
making our cuts. Man, every other team was doing it. But he was like, "Yep, nope, we're looking at it. Don't care." So the funny thing is, look, this team's at 6.5 wins. I don't know if you ever listen to the Sports Grid, but there's a guy on one of the shows who's he just hates Urban Meyer he just hates him. So he's bet under 6.5 wins. He bet under like 5.5 wins at plus money. He bet under 4.5 wins at like plus 500 or something, 550. He's just like all in on Jacksonville sucking. So I don't know. I don't know. I watched Lawrence play a little bit. I don't know. I don't think he's anything great. But I don't think that. I think they don't. They traded a Minshew, so they have no backup. So it's going to be Trevor Lawrence until he breaks a leg, I guess, or gets hurt. So
he might.
And then after that, they're going to stink. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't have much hope for this team. I'm not a big Urban Meyer fan. I think it's going to crash and burn. Maybe like a Nick Saban coming to the Dolphins thing. That would sure live. Yeah, I guess Trevor Lawrence, it's his rookie season. We don't know how good the O-line's going to be. I guess if they could protect him, he should have a decent season. No Etienne hurts. James Robinson's going to be their lead running back. Carlos Hyde is here. He used to play for Urban Meyer. I don't know how much he has left in. He's been in the league for a while. I like their wide receiver core. They added Marvin Jones Jr. I think DJ Shark's decent. Chenault had a breakout season last year. He was pretty good. They have no pass catching tight ends. Their defense, I don't know. I like Miles Jack. He's a good linebacker. I see they signed Shaq Griffin. I think he was released by the Dolphins, so he could be decent. Secondary's all right. Special teams is all right. But yeah, I don't see Jacksonville doing much of anything this season. I think it should be better than one win, but I don't know how much better.
Yeah,
actually, I'm actually looking at the Texans for week 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at I'm looking at both of them, and I'm just like, why put myself through either one of those teams?
Yeah, it's true.
You know, maybe I don't know. I didn't see what the over under was, but I don't know. All right, we'll talk about the Texans. Plus 2,300 to win the division. No chance. 4 wins. Ooh, I don't know. I think no chance. I mean, you got Tyrod Taylor's your quarterback. I think this is Houston. This is the Texans. They released their depth chart, I think, today. Taylor was 1. They did list a 2. And then they listed other Deshaun Watson.
All right, well, their other guy is David Mills. I think they drafted him in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played decent in preseason.
Yeah, but they didn't even list him. They didn't list him at number 2. They just listed number 2 as unknown, and then they listed other Deshaun Watson. So I don't know.
They're probably drafting Sam Howell next year anyway. So
yeah, I don't know. They got that weirdo that pseudo running the team. I don't know. Maybe found out David Mills went to Stanford and thinks he's a liberal a tree hawker and doesn't like him or something. I don't know. So what are you going to say about this team? They got rid of Will Fuller, Randall Cobb. So you got looking at Brandon Cooks as your number 1 wideout. They drafted Nico Collins out of Michigan. I mean, they didn't really. Michigan's wide receivers didn't do much last year with that team. They got the geriatric backfield. Toss up David Johnson, Mark Ingram, or Philip Lindsay. I mean, it's like
one of them is the best player on the team.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. They get brought in 6 new offensive linemen because their line stunk last year. They brought in 6 new offensive linemen. They think 3 or 4 of them will start. It tells you a lot about the defense of last year. Had 9 turnovers, 9 takeaways the whole year.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. This isn't your Houston Oilers of yesteryear. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know what to do if I was a fan.
Me neither.
I don't even know what to
do. I guess be happy that Bill O'Brien's gone. I don't know.
Yeah, but Bill O'Brien's gone. But then you got that freak, the nutcase, the Rasputin guy that's like pseudo GM, shadow GM, spiritual advisor.
Oh, he's hardcore like that.
Yeah. Was it Easterly? Yeah, that guy's a nutcase, man. Until he's around, I don't know. This Houston team is in trouble. And then and the best part of this team, you don't even know if he's ever going to play again in Watson. I mean, you can't even trade him to get anything for him.
Nope.
I mean, your best asset is basically a sunk cost right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Not that he helped them last year either. They had 4 wins last year.
Yeah, I think so, something like that. But here's the thing. Sometimes you gotta. I just makes me wonder if he knew, if he had like an inkling, anything in the back of the mind that anything that this could happen, because he signed that huge contract knowing the team stunk. He signs a big contract, demands he wants to be traded, and it wasn't long after that all these allegations come out. So now he's getting paid to sit around and do nothing, which is nice if you can do it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Kind of like Cam Newton. It's like Cam Newton. He walked away with $3.5 million from the Patriots. So I wish we could do that here. Just walk away from doing this and sit around for $3.5 million.
Oh, it's cut. All right, no problem, guys. We'll revisit this in 2022. That's what Cam Newton's doing. But yeah, this team has so many problems. Not even funny. Tyrod Taylor, he hasn't been healthy for 2 seasons. Last year he was with the Chargers and had a punctured lung from the trainer, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing in Houston. That's the thing in Houston. They don't have anybody as a backup that the doctor could puncture his lung. at least they had Herbert. They could say, yeah, the doctor. Hey. I'm sure the coach said, hey, can you just stick that needle in the wrong place so we can bring in the rookie and have a reason and see what happens? They don't even have that down in Houston. They can't even hurt the guy purposely to bring in the backup.
Yeah, they're in trouble. I'll say the same thing as you. Brandon Cooks, he's so way past his prime. Kiki Kuti, I guess I like. They signed Anthony Miller, which maybe is an upgrade, but nothing to call home about. I guess I like their 3-headed monster: David Johnson, Mark Ingram, Phillip Lindsay. Lovie Smith is a D coordinator, but I don't know. Run defense has to improve. They were one of the worst last year. I like Christian Kirksey and Whitney Merciless. Other than that, this defense is bad. The secondary is horrible. The defensive backs are horrible. D-line's not too good. J.J. Watt's gone. This team's certainly in trouble, and I expect it to be one of the worst teams. But you also have Jacksonville, your division, so maybe you're not the worst team.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, though. Yeah, you bring in Lovie Smith, and Lovie Smith has done some great stuff at defenses through his years with the Bears, whatever. But you got to have at least some talent to do something with.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And let's say they are bad. Let's say they are the worst team. Let's say they Sam Howell, he's not going to change them.
I agree.
I mean, God. If I was a Houston fan, I'd be burning all my stuff. I'd find some other team.
I'm with you.
Huh?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of sucks for them because they were rolling for a while. They were a decent team. They were always making the playoffs, and just all of a sudden, just stopped.
Bill O'Brien.
Oh yeah, I remember him from Penn State too. So.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Where is he now?
Alabama, right?
Yeah. So in a year or two there, you'll see him with another job someplace.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he wants to get back in the NFL. He was the GM.
Yeah. Well, look what he did there. Alabama, it's like the Betty Ford. It's a Betty Ford for coaches. It is. Look at all the coaches, all the guys they bring in. Look at Sarkisian, and Lane Kiffin,
Yeah.
who couldn't get a job anywhere. You know what? Lane Kiffin, when he got fired on the tarmac, and Sarkisian the drunk, and and then they come and coach at Alabama for a couple of years as a coordinator, and then boom, they're reborn. They're reborn. So there you go. And even though Saban couldn't do shit in the NFL, but hey. All right, mate. Sounds good. That's the AFC East and South, and tomorrow we'll finish it up with the West, and then look forward to week 1, start of next week.
That's right.
All right, mate. Thanks a lot. And as we say,
let's cash some tickets.
Don't be a Texans fan. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be Texan fans.
That's right.
There we go. All right. Thanks, right, Cap, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right.